Hi, this is P.R. Sundar and welcome to this special episode. I'm going to talk about update on broker scam. So I think few months before I came out with a video, a big scam. First thing is that most of the people do not know this very highly secretive information. But even one or two people who had this information, they dare not to speak in public. So I was the only guy who spoke daringly, and what has happened, the SEBI has introduced something called peak margin penalty. The SEBI has actually stated very clearly that if at all any peak margin penalty is there, that penalty must be paid by the broker to the exchange and not the client. But what happened, uniformly across the industry, I think almost all brokers, they started charging peak margin penalty from the clients. And even some of my friends, they told me that they got lakhs and lakhs of rupees deducted from their account as peak margin penalty. And in fact, we filed a RTI, a Right to Information Act, and we got the reply from SEBI, so that there is no such thing called peak margin penalty to the clients. And I think in the last video, I showed that SEBI letter. But even then, there are many brokers who have been still charging peak margin penalty. So that has come to my notice. And now I'm going to show you. This circular came about 2 weeks before, but I didn't have time to talk to you. Now, look at the circular. This is an NSE circular and dated September 2, 22, and see what it says. This has reference to the exchange circular dated July 31, 2020, wherein it was clarified that members cannot pass on the penalty with respect to short collection of upfront margin to the client. Further, it has been reiterated again by the circular dated 12th October that members are not permitted to pass on the penalty levied by clearing corporations on account of short or non-collection of upfront margin to the clients under any circumstances. However, exchange has observed that certain members are passing on the penalty levied by clearing corporation on account of short non-collection of upfront margin from clients to respective clients. In view of the above, it is once again reiterated that members are not permitted to pass on the penalty levied by the clearing corporation on account of short non-collection of upfront margin to clients under any circumstances. Further, members are advised to refund the penalty levied by the clearing corporations on account of short non-collection of upfront margins to the clients on an immediate basis if same has been passed on to the clients after 11th of October 2021. Members are requested to take note of the contents of the circular and comply for and behalf of NSE. So, this is the thing you can remember. This is a circular reference number 60/2022 and date is September 2nd. You can download this circular from NSE. Be very clear. No peak margin penalty should be levied in your account. So, if any of your broker has done that, you please go and check your ledger statement. If any penalty is being charged into your account, you talk to your broker and ask for the refund. If he argues, you show him the circular. So, I am sure you will get the full refund. And even one of my friends told me, one guy who attended my workshop, sir, I had they charged 1 lakh margin penalty, but they refunded only 50,000. Sometimes, okay, they've taken away our money, at least half of them they are giving, so we are getting happy. No such thing. I tell you, if they have the right to deduct, they will not even return 1 rupee. Why should they return 50,000? That shows very clearly that they have no right to deduct the money from your account. So it should be either 0 or 1 lakh. Nothing should be in between. So it should be 0 only. No peak margin penalty. So this is a very big concern. But however, when I was talking to one broker, so he told me something, sir. They say we cannot charge penalty from clients, but they say we have to pay. Broking industry is such a big industry, such a highly competitive industry. Then so sir, we are already charging I think nowadays there are so many low cost brokers, So the brokerage revenue is not really very good. And out of that, we have to pay penalty from our pocket. Is it fair? And I told him, why are you asking me this question? You have to ask NSE or SEBI. I think SEBI also should look into this matter. And I think they should not burden the brokers also unnecessarily. And I will tell you what I heard. I'm not very sure. Something is going wrong. And because if the client has traded slightly more than what he is supposed to do, then it is resulting in peak margin penalty, and that margin penalty has to be paid by the broker. The broker don't want to pay from his pocket. So what I heard recently, once again I tell you, I have not confirmed it, but I heard that many brokers are actually charging higher margin than what is mandated, what is required by the NSE. If NSE says 1 lakh is the margin, these people they say 1,20,000 as the margin. So what happens, you trade slightly more also, you will never get into the trouble. But then again, this defeats the purpose. So, like if a client has 100 crore, so you want to trade for 100 crore, so they will be charging more, 80 crore they use, already it will show 100 crore as a margin. The remaining 20 crore become unutilized for the people. So that is a loss situation for everybody. I think it is time both exchanges and SEBI and brokers will have to find a solution for this. So I heard that one top broker in India has increased the margin by 3%. Once again I repeat, so this is an unconfirmed news. Maybe if you want to know, you can ask your broker to give you there's something called MG file or something like that. That is a file given by the exchange stating the margin for each instrument. So whether that margin and broker charging margin is it the same or not, you can double check. I don't think that any broker will like to give you that file. Anyway, so this is how India works. So there is no other choice. At least be assured that there is no peak margin penalty for you. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.